Hey, good morning, good people. It's a lovely, lovely morning. We've woken up very well, and we don't take it for granted when we wake up very well because this is God's work. This is from the Lord. The Lord He gives us sleep and He lets us wake up in the morning. So we really thank God for this, and we just want to ask God to be with us today for the whole day. So this morning, people, I'm going to show you how I make my vegetables. There's another way how I do make my vegetables. That is the sukuma wiki and spinach. Apart from the one I showed you the other day. So this is a different way how I make my veggies. And please follow me as I show you how to do it. Like I told you previously, um, before you start doing your vegetables, or rather cooking your vegetables, you have to wash them very well under running water, like I told you before. So just remember, I'm just reminding you, just in case you've just tuned in to my video, that when you're doing your veggies, wash under running water. And remember, it's best to wash the veggies when they are whole before you cut them up. Wash the veggies as it is. Wash the leaf of the sukuma wiki. Wash the leaf of the spinach before you cut it up. Why? Because this is the only way you are able to remove the very tiny things that stick on the sukuma wiki, tiny dirt or bacteria or whatever it is that sticks on the veggies. That's the only way you can do it. So just remember to do that, and just ensure that you wash it very well, like I told you before you start cutting. So once you wash it, then you start cutting it into tiny pieces. um, so once you're done cutting into tiny pieces, then that's when you will start now doing your sukuma wiki, cooking your sukuma wiki. As usual, I usually do first the oil. I start with heating the oil. So once the oil has heat for like 2 to 3 minutes, then I put my onions. So I cook my onions for some time. Let's say maybe also I cook them for like 2 to 3 minutes until they turn golden brown. So it depends on how much fire you have put on. So until the onion turn golden brown, then you can be able to now put in tomatoes. So this time round, I'm putting in tomatoes, not coriander. I'm putting in tomatoes. After the onions, I put in tomatoes. So that's the other way I do my sukuma wiki and the spinach together. So after putting the onion, I put my tomatoes. So I let my tomatoes to cook for a while. And remember, I will add in my salt in the tomatoes. Why? Because to soften the tomatoes quickly. So usually I do put my salt inside so that my tomatoes can be soft. So I will put my salt, let the onion, the tomatoes cook. Once the tomatoes have softened enough, let them be soft enough. So once they have softened enough, they have cooked well, then now you can add your veggies. I'll show you the process in a while. So these are my onions. I'll show you my onions. I'll let them cook for a while. So these are my onions. I will let my onions cook for a while, and then I'll put my tomatoes. So just remember, you put the oil to heat first, and then you put the onions to turn golden brown, and then you put the tomatoes. So these are my cut tomatoes that I'm going to use for cooking my veggies. So in a while, after the onions have turned golden brown, I'll put my tomatoes. So in a short while, I'm going to put my tomatoes because the onions are almost turning golden brown. Hey, good people. So now I have put my tomatoes. So I'll let them cook for a while. So you keep stirring in as you cook the tomatoes. That's the only way you can make them cook very well. So those are my tomatoes. I will let them cook very well. So in a while, I let these tomatoes to cook. So those are my tomatoes. So once they are cooked, then I'll put my veggies. So I'll stir inside my tomatoes to let them cook very well. So you stir them, and let them cook very well. And then I'll put my salt. So in a while, I'm gonna put my salt. Now I've already put my salt and my tomatoes are cooking. Let me show you. So those are my tomatoes, they are cooking. So I let them cook well, and then after I'm going to put my veggies. So in a short while, I'm going to put my veggies. So you're going to eat a yummy meal. So I'll cook my veggies with ugali. So I'll show you how I do my ugali today. So I've put my sukuma wiki. So now my sukuma wiki is and spinach is cooking. So I'll don't like I told you before, you don't overcook it. You just cook it between 5 to 10 minutes, and then the veggies are ready for eating to maintain the vitamins in the veggies. So here I'm going to show you my sukuma wiki. So here I'm cooking it. So once it's ready, so I'm going to remove it. Once it's already ready, so in a while it's going to be ready, so I'm going to remove it and do my ugali. Catch me in a short while as I want to prepare my ugali. Please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is just your dongo. This is just your dongo. Please just remember, if you are new to this channel, remember to subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Hey, good people. So now I'm ready to start cooking my ugali. So before I start cooking my ugali, I usually put enough water on my pan. So once I put enough water on my sufuria, then I put some a little bit of flour inside just to let it boil so that I can know when once the water boils. So I let the water boil. So once the water boils, I prepare my flour ready to cook. So when the water has boiled, my flour will be ready to cook. So I'm going to show you my flour, and as I put in, once the water boils, you put in your flour. So you put in little by little, little by little, little by little, until the flour has stirred very well inside the water. So you stir very well inside the water as you put in more and more until it makes good ugali. So you don't want hard ugali, you don't want soft ugali. So just keep putting until you find it's enough flour that you have put inside. Then you cook for a while. Cook for quite a while. Let's say you can cook it for 15 to 20 minutes. That's when the ugali will be ready. So you try and cook it until it's very ready, depending on the fire that you have put. So it just depends on the fire. Just ensure that the ugali has a taste, has a good taste when you have cooked it. So you cook it until you feel the smell of ugali is smelling like it has cooked. You down on the sufuria, you'll see that it's changing the color. The it will change color. Maybe it will turn to golden brown. That's when you realize that the ugali has cooked. Now that's my ugali cooking. That's my ugali cooking. So I'll cook it until it's ready. So I'll put my flour. So I'm going to stir until the ugali will be ready. So in a short while, you'll see my cooked ugali. That was my sukuma wiki, that my veggies that I had prepared. Hey people, now that's my meal ready for eating. That's my sukuma wiki and spinach and ugali. So that's my prepared ugali ready for eating. So people, you're invited over to eat. It's a yummy, yummy meal, delicious meal, and you'll love it. Thank you, people, for watching me. Bye.